Hello everyone, welcome back to the Boileau Family Law Group YouTube channel. My name's Trevor and this is Marla Miller. She is the founder of Boileau Family Law Group and of course one of the most amazing lawyers that I've ever met. Today we're going to be talking about company values. What are the values that you hold dear at the Boileau Family Law Group, so we can share a little bit of information about that with you and you can learn more about Boileau Family Law Group and more about Marla and what they're trying to accomplish and achieve with their amazing group of lawyers. So Marla, can you tell me how important are company values to you and your group?
That's an interesting question because I think that sometimes you go into business or practice and you're not really thinking about your values. And you don't really realize they're important until maybe somebody transgresses your values. And then you start to think about, well, why was that not working for us? Why was that against what we stand for and what's important to us? And when that happens, then you start to have the conversations about what is important to us and why is it important. So, we've been fortunate in the last little while to really have an opportunity to think about and to put towards some of our values to our group and about how we do things. We've got values around how we treat each other in the office. We definitely have values around how we treat our clients. Yeah. That's most important. We have values around how we treat other lawyers and how our staff treats our clients and other lawyers, and the lawyers support staff as well.
Excellent. Now, how does your group live out the company values on a daily basis?
Well, it's a work in progress, and I guess maybe that is one of our values, which is to always be growing, always be learning, always trying to be better and improve. And so we are looking inside our own practices and our own ethics and our own ways that we deal with our clients and with our staff and how the staff deals with our office and outside of our office. So we're kind of checking the temperature quite often actually and talking about things if they're not working well and trying to improve and make sure that the values that we hold dear are consistent through our group.
So Marla, besides integrity, what do you consider the most important value or behavior to Boileau Family Law Group?
The most important is a commitment to excellence in our practice and our service to our clients. It's very important that we're doing a good job, being forthright and honest, doing things in a timely way, giving our clients good service, value for service, and that we are holding ourselves out with integrity and a high standard to the community.
So Marla, that's excellent to hear. I love hearing how your commitment to your clients is priority number one. And I think a lot of people's perception about lawyers isn't accurate. I know working with yourself and Pierre for the last number of weeks has been really enlightening for me and eye-opening. And I really feel the compassion and empathy that you have for your clients and how much you really care about what you do. And that's really refreshing for me.
I think that we do really care, and I think that most young people when they go into law, they study to be lawyers, most people do so because they want to help people, and I think that we've maintained that commitment, and I think we feel even more strongly about it than we did when we started in our careers.
Excellent. Now, how would you describe the customer service at Boileau, and what does that look like?
Well, I think there's lots of things that you can talk about to describe the service. I don't know that there's one overall word or theory, but we try to appreciate that when a client is going through whatever situation they're going through, it may be just one of many, many files that we have, but to them it's the only file that they have, right? It's their life and there's nothing more important. And so we try to offer timely responses to our clients. We try to ensure that if they can't reach us, that they're talking to a live body in our office that can help them and give them some guidance. We also try to ensure that if they need more support, that we're sending them to appropriate people to support them.
Sure.
It might be financial advisors, it might be divorce coaches, it might be psychologists, because we want our clients to be the best that they can be through this awful situation.
Excellent. Now, why do you feel so strongly, or why is there a zero tolerance policy for errors and omissions at Miller and Boileau Family Law Group?
Well, first of all, it's about pride of our work. So when we're doing documents or agreements between parties, those are things that are going to stand the test of time. And when everybody understands what the agreement is about, it's one thing, but you want to make sure that you've got a very solid agreement so that 5 years later, when they're going back to see what did we agree upon and what did it mean, that you haven't made any errors. The other thing is that we want to make sure that our documents that go to the courthouse, as far as possible, are perfect. And I think one of the reasons is that the clerks of the court will review all the documents, and when they see that it's coming from our firm, they know the level of the quality of the documents. And so I think they say, well, we've got an expectation that these are going to be okay, so we're not going to be looking for the errors.
Right.
Whereas some firms or operations that aren't as careful, then the clerks look at it and say, oh, we know that there's going to be some errors, so we're looking for the errors. So
Right.
it's mostly about pride, and we want to have top-notch work product.
Yeah, and really that builds a reputation with those clerks, right? Knowing that they have confidence in your workmanship, that it's going to come in, it's going to be pretty much error-free, so they don't have to go over with a fine-tooth comb because they trust the work coming out of Miller Boileau Family Law Group.
Reputation is everything.
Excellent, fantastic. So the next question here, I've had a chance to look at your values, your company values, and what do you mean by being lawyers?
Well, we want to be lawyers that other lawyers look upon and say, this is a colleague that I can trust. If they say something, they mean it. If they say they're going to do something, they follow through. They're not missing deadlines. They're not being deceptive in what they're representing. If their clients are taking a position and it's an unreasonable position, the other lawyers know that if we can help moderate our clients to make sure that they have the best success, and we tell the other client that we're working, or the other lawyer that we're working with our clients, that they can trust that. So really, again, it's about reputation. We want our reputation with other lawyers to be stellar, because the better relationship we have with other lawyers, the better job we can do for our clients.
Excellent. So the next question we have for you, Marla, is how do you feel that having an enjoyable office environment is important for your group and for clients?
I think it's really important. I mean, there are lots of office situations where people show up and they put their nose to the grindstone and they don't say anything to anybody all day and then they leave. Well, that's not our vision. Our vision is that we have a group that not only are we doing good work, but we enjoy working together. There's a certain amount of levity, and people are happy to come to work, and we support each other through tough times, personal tough times, and we rejoice with each other when things are good.
So the next question for you, Marla, is how do your values deliver value to your clients?
Well, they absolutely do deliver value to the client. If we're doing documents without mistakes or errors, that means that we don't have to repeat the work. That means that things happen quicker. That means that the cost is reduced. If we have good working relationship with other lawyers, then we can do things much more efficiently with the other lawyers, and we're not being held to stricter standards than it might be necessary. And when you've got, when a client comes in and they'll say, well, the other side has so-and-so lawyer and I hear they're really good and they're worried about it, that's kind of common. My response, I'm sure Pierre's response is the same. That's great. The better lawyer you have, the better it's going to be for our working relationship. So we really prefer to work with really good lawyers on the other side.
Yeah, it's not an adversarial thing. It's more of a, we can get things done a lot quicker working with a great lawyer.
Yeah, we can get things done quicker. We're going to be, fervent in our representation of our own clients' needs and interests and what's important to them, but we can do it without all the unnecessary posturing that sometimes slows down the process.
Yeah, excellent. Now, how important is empathy in practicing family law?
Uh, it's very important. It's kind of interesting because there can be a lawyer that's not very technically good, but is very empathetic and has a lot of client following. And such a lawyer might have like a wonderful client following and be just a really lousy lawyer. So for us, we want to combine the two. We want to be technically very, very good at what we do, but we want to be empathetic to our clients, because most of our work comes from referral from other lawyers and from other clients, and we only get that by offering good service. And for clients to come into our office and feel that they've been heard, and that we're working with them and that we're working for them, and that we're still at the same time not losing our perspective. We want to be empathetic, but we don't want to be right in the client's shoes, because if you lose perspective, you're not offering the clients much service.
Yeah, you can't be too far one way or the other. You got to walk that fine line between empathy and professionalism.
Yes, absolutely.
And you guys do an excellent job. You've been doing it for a number of years, and you are the quintessential pro. You're the Yoda of family law.
Yoda's somebody else in our office, not me.
So the last question: why do you care so much about your business, your group, and your customers?
Well, our name is the Boileau Family Law Group, but I have said for years that we are the Boileau family first, and we're a law group second. And it's just a core value that we have about how we are with each other, how we treat each other, and how we care about each other, because in the end, if you don't have those things, then you're just going to work and you're just performing a job. We want, and we believe that what we do is more than a job. It's really a calling for us.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marla, for sharing with us. It's been very informative and enlightening, and it's always a pleasure talking with you. I learn so much every time. And if you guys are in need of a family law lawyer, you need to speak with Marla or one of the other fantastic lawyers at Boileau Family Law Group. They'll be glad to help you and provide the service that we've been discussing today. And that's all we have for today. We will see you guys on the next video.